and that was last Saturday here against the Minnesota Blizzard, and that was 1-1. They led for most of that match, and unfortunately they conceded a goal late there in the 85th minute, and they had to split the points with the Minnesota Blizzard here. And as you look at the standings here in this Northern Conference here in the NPSL, Sioux Falls Thunder sit in 6th place right now on 6 points, so they're averaging about a point, or less than a point a game. This will be their 10th match here. So again, they need to score some goals, and I think tonight would be a good night to start to do that. And we are underway, and the Twin Stars take the kick, and they go long here. And it looks like there's a stoppage of play here. Not sure what the decision is. Looks like just a throw-in here. And the Twin Stars are going to go long. Dosey's sitting in the center circle. He wins it. A couple of headers, and its possession is just switching. And this is typical of the early start of a NPSL match where the ball is just changing possession, you know, every second. I think before we get out of this first minute, all 20 field players would have touched the ball at some point here. And it's just that frenetic, nervous energy at the start of the match. And Twin Stars are going to go long. And Dosey's going to let that one bounce. And he's, and he takes a heavy touch, but he's going to be able to find his midfielder, Requena, who's looking for Trimble. Again, it's just dumped long and jacks off his line. And he's got some work to do. And he finds Rutledge, who's got some space, and he's looking for Storm. Storm dispossessed there, and some good recovery defending there by Adele. It was nice to see him back. He got injured in the Duluth match, and the Thunder had to weather the storm without him for a few matches, but it's nice to see him back in there, and he'll probably partner with Dosey in the back here. It's with Glissendorf, and he switches. And he's got Trimble in some space, and Trimble's going to look to go long, and is just ambitious with that pass. As I didn't see a runner into that space. Now Storm's on it. He's got numbers in front of him. He's going to have a shot, early shot, on his left foot. And it doesn't trouble the goalkeeper, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. And you don't mind that. A team struggling to score goals, you know, you got your attacking mid on the ball, running into space, no one's closing him down, and he's going to have a chance, and you don't mind that. The goalkeeper doesn't like the ball. And this has been a recurring theme. Oh, wow. I just noticed something, folks. We have a very special addition to this match tonight. If my eyes are not deceiving me, I believe that's South Dakota's very own FIFA referee in the center circle out there, the great Jeremy Kiso. So we'll be in a treat tonight. This game will be reffed at an entirely different level than we've seen lately here. So bit of skill he's looking for. Oh, and he couldn't find the pass. It was a nice turn there, and then he just couldn't find number 25, who was in a 1v1 situation. But again, the Twin Stars are attacking here, and they've got a ball out wide to number 10, and he's on, and he's dribbling, and Dosey, Oh, wow. That was a lot closer than I thought it was. It looked like a pass, but only the player knew what he was doing there. And they just went past Jack's far post there. Ball's back in play with Dosey, and he looks for Burke, and Burke's going to bring Trimble into play here. Trimble's going to find Glissendorf, and Glissendorf's going to go long. Again, they're playing these balls forward, but no one appears to be running for that. I think that was Kohler there. Oh, well done by JT. He's on it. He's going to whip in across. And it's headed away. It's still there. Twin Stars got some work to do. JT there's again, and he goes to ground. And he's got to get up quick because it's out for a throw-in for the Twin Stars.
Fans, our guests today from the Dakota Alliance 2011 Girls Strikers are doing a raffle with the drawing planned for halftime to raise funds for their trip to President's Cup Nationals. Please consider contributing for a chance to win a portion of the funds raised today and help these girls fund their trip.
Storm with a clever flick on. Cesar Waquina's there, and the Twin Star defender was trying to just usher it out to the end line for a goal kick, but he didn't quite get the job done, and now Rutledge is going to be on a throw here. So I'm still trying to figure out this formation here because between Burke, Glissendorf, Dosey, and Adele, they've all started as center backs, and now all four of them are on the pitch at the same time. So I think they may have kicked Glissendorf up into that holding midfielder. Dosey's going to, he tries to go long, and that doesn't come off. So they're 0 for 4 on these long balls. Calmly dealt with by Burke as he's finding Trimble, and Trimble plays it back to him. Storm checks in the midfield. He's got some space, and he picks out a ball, and it's going to find Rutledge here. And he's got Requena running off him if he can find him. Oh, and he holds it, but he's whipping it across. And that's some good defending here by the Twin Stars. And JT's up for the header, and he puts it out. Well, it's going to stay in with the Twin Stars. And neither team looks like they want to connect more than 3 or 4 passes. Everything's just going long here. You know, boot ball, as some would call it. But, you know, they're just trying to catch the opposition falling asleep on the back line. But that's really hard to do because Jack Howard comes off his line. Well, you can see him in the orange kit there. He's, you know, standing on the 20-yard line. He's 30 yards from his goal line. And he kind of fills the spot as a, you know, basically a field player there. So you're not going to get much going long. Nice ball. Nice touch by Cesar. Oh, and he was looking for a runner. And there's just been, and this is going to go out for a goal kick. And I think when you see the line over change so much, there's just a breakdown of communication, you know. Players just knocking the ball into space, and it looks like some of these forwards just want the ball played to their feet. And so, I mean, you're 8 minutes in, so you figure, and Requena's pressuring that, and Twin Stars just going to clear it long. And Ethan's got some work to do as he's being challenged by number 7 over there by the Twin Stars, Carlos Boquin. And there's that man, Howard. He's just calm, cool, and collective on the ball. And Dosey is probing, and he finds Burke, who finds Requena back to Burke. And they're going to go long again. And Kohler was onside there. A better ball, he would have been in. Goalkeeper's going to clear it. Adele's there. He finds Requena, who finds Burke. Burke's looking for the run off the right side, but JT holds his run. Now he's got to hold the ball. Now he's got to go back. Yeah, I don't blame him there. Nobody moved for him. And now he has to recycle possession. Back with Dosey to Glissendorf. Now with Trimble. Trimble's going to play it down the line to Kohler. Kohler finds the run of Glissendorf. Oh, and Glissendorf, he played an early cross. And you, as a center forward, you like that because, you know, that's a dangerous ball there before the defenders can get set. But unfortunately, they didn't connect on that. Twin Stars defended, and it's going to be the first corner of the night for the Thunder. It looks like Rutledge is going to jog over and take it.
The Sioux Falls Thunder corner kick.
So here comes an in-swinger. It's just kind of floated and dealt with fairly easy by number 10 of the Twin Stars. Ball's put back in. They still got some work to do. Good first touch by number 10. He finds his teammate in the midfield. And that was a hefty challenge there by Adele. He wins the ball. Ref says nothing doing. Glissendorf was put under pressure, and it looks like it was deflected on its way out. So it's going to stay with the Sioux Falls Thunder here. And again, I didn't get a chance to do the starting lineup, but it looks like I said, you've got, you know, Howard in goal, Dosey, a combination of Dosey, Adele, Glissendorf in the back here. Maybe they're going with a back three tonight. And then you've got wing backs, Trimble and Rutledge. And then you got Requena in the midfield along with Storm. And it looks like Burke is in there with them as well. And ref yells advantage. Ball still with the Twin Stars. And some good transition defending by the Thunder to force them back. And to round out the starting 11, you've got Kohler and Ayelu as your, I'm assuming they're some type of partnership center forward or, you know, a false nine and a traditional nine. I don't see anyone playing as a traditional nine, so again, it's really hard to tell what their formation is. It's very fluid depending on the situation. Oh, and looks like Glissendorf played that, and Twin Stars put that out for a throw-in. Now it's with Storm here. He finds Burke. And Burke's going to switch play here. Good touch by JT. He's in a 1v1. You like to see him take his man. He does skip by him. He whips in and he whips in a ball. It's too close to the goalkeeper, but I love the idea. Goalkeeper's going to go long trying to catch Jack Howard sleeping, but you're going to have to do much better than that to catch that man out. He collects it and plays it in to Dosey. And Twin Stars are not pressing at all tonight. They're kind of giving the Thunder all kind of space here. And, you know, until somebody scores, you know, the tactics are going to be what they are. Looks like the Thunder are pressing when they're out of possession, but the Twin Stars are just going to sit in that mid-block and just wait for the Thunder to engage them. And now it's with Glissendorf, and he's got Trimble in the width here. And he plays the negative ball to Aleyu, who twists his man, and some good defending by the Twin Stars in that 1v1. And they attempted some link up here. Now, Storms doesn't have numbers. And a loose touch by him gives it right back to the Twin Stars. And the Thunder's got their work to do to put this fire out. And Stevens there. And the Twin Star player just kind of tried to play it forward there. But Dosey read that and is in control of it now. And he can drive now. And he finds Trimble. Trimble's looking for Aleyu. with a good first touch. He's got his man squared up. Oh, we're going to have a free kick. And the ref is doing a good job managing the situation. You like to see that early. Just a little conversation. No need for anything more than that. I mean, all these boys will be able to leave the field tonight and say they were ref by a FIFA ref. So they're all walking out with a souvenir tonight, even though they don't know it. Oh, and JT with some good defending. He's been a good defender all year in the flank. He gives you, he's actually a true wing back because he can defend like nobody's business, but he can also bomb forward and whip in crosses as well. So, you know, it's tough to find players that can do that. You know, be a true two-way player. Glissendorf's making a long run here. Oh, and it's just the keeper's off his line there, and it just held up just enough for him. But now Glissendorf's got to make the long run back. It's interesting to see a system where your center backs are making, you know, the third man run. Usually it's that holding mid that makes that run. You know, the good thing about it is they press, so then Glissendorf doesn't have to get back. He can just turn and find somebody to mark. They got some defending to do here, though. You saw the idea. Dosey's been there. He's been reading the Twin Stars attack so far, you know, 16 minutes in. And every time they try to play a ball through, I mean, he's intercepting it, and he's putting them fires out. But neither team is really playing through the midfield. There's a lot of long balls here. And here's another one. And Storm wins that one. Kohler finds a Daly. And look at Jack. He wants to get involved. He's like, there's nothing to do back here. So he wants to get involved. But that's the tricky part, is all it takes is one loose touch by your defender, and you're in a vulnerable situation. And Trimble's just going to let that go out for a throw-in. First Premier and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls Thunder. For all your financial needs, choose a company that's locally grown and nationally known. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, member FDIC. So we're 17 minutes in, and neither team has really tested the opponent's goalkeeper. If I had to say, the Thunder's had the better of the chances going forward. But this Twin Stars team is pretty organized. Their defenders have won, you know, pretty much every ball that's come into their penalty area. So it's going to take more than a couple long balls over the top to beat this team, as they're currently 4th in the Northern Division here. Oh, and that's a good tackle. Still some defending to do here. Oh, and they entered the penalty area, and a scuffy shot there. Kind of an odd ricochet, but Jack collects it. No harm, no foul there. You get the feeling that both teams are just kind of cool with, you know, slow playing everything until that first goal goes in. Oh, and Adele got lucky there. He kind of was slow on the ball. You know, a guy coming back from an injury, you know, that's something to watch. He might not be all the way up to match fit, you know, and he was playing a bit slow there for my liking and almost got caught on it. Oh, I love that ball by Dosey. He's got Rutledge in. Rutledge is in a foot race. Oh, and he got called for offside there.
Make sure to get your raffle tickets for the drawing to take place at halftime for the 2011 girls' trip to President's Cup.
Ball with the Twin Stars, and they're just knocking it around in the back, and the Thunder will press you. So, you know, that's one thing I can't say about the Thunder. They don't score a lot of goals, but they will press, which, oh, and the goalkeeper swings and misses at that. And, I mean, that would have been one of the more interesting goals in the history of life if that would have went in. But, again, that's why, you know, you got to love a team that presses. Trimble's going, he's bombing forward. He's going to get there. He's got to take it off the volley. He chips it in, dealt with by the defender. Oh, a nice little clever back heel. He's got Requena. It's still with Requena. Oh, and good defending there by number 4. He just kind of knocks him off his path there, and he has to go back, and it's intercepted by the Twin Stars, and they're away here. If he can find that ball, that return ball, and there's Dosey. Again, that's like his 5th interception. He's like Ed Reed back there tonight. He's all over the place. And Storm bodies, it's 2 10s going at it. And Adeli comes in and gets involved. Oh, and another loose touch by Storm. You don't often see that. Not sure what's going on tonight, you know. And if he can just get those touches under control, he's got space. I don't know if he's just moving faster than he needs to be, but he's got to secure the ball first, and that's the second one that's gone underneath his foot here. Glissendorf's being pressured. He has to go back to Howard. And I bet these defenders just love it when they only have to make a 10-yard pass back to their goalkeeper because he's, you know, athletic and well off his line here.
Fans, also at halftime, for those 14 and under, please be sure to register for the Thunder Soccer Ball giveaway. Today, in addition, Sioux Falls Pepsi has donated a Gatorade cooler with Thunder logos filled with ice-cold Gatorade for one lucky fan.
So as I was mentioning earlier, as we look at the, you know, the Northern Division here, you know, the North Midwest, there's so many divisions in the NPSL. I think this one's called the North Midwest Division. But you've got Dakota Fusion sitting at the top on 21 points. Duluth FC on 19. Joy St. Louis Park 14. This Minnesota Twin Stars sitting 13. So a win for them tonight would jump them into 3rd place. And then you have Siouxland United sitting on 9 points. And if the Thunder could win tonight, they would go level with Siouxland United. But they do have the head-to-head over them if it came down to some type of tiebreaker for this, you know, the standings at the end of the year. And I do believe that those 2 teams play this Saturday, I believe, down in Sioux City. So as we round out, you know, the end of this NPSL campaign here. Oh, and another loose touch by Adeli, and we've got a situation here. And see, that's exactly what I was talking about. And Jack was, Jack was turned on there because his midfielder lost possession, and then the Twin Star player just went for goal. I mean, it was a half a chance, but you know, you just really got to put it on frame and hope the goalkeeper can't get back. But Jack is a very athletic goalkeeper, and he saves that one easy. And that's really our first shot on goal for the Twin Stars. Oh, and a bit of skill here. And Stevens there when he wins the ball, and I think the player's momentum just carries him over, and he was trying to get a foul there. But that's some good refereeing there. Player clearly down early and won the ball. And the Twin Stars are starting to grow into this game. they're starting to connect some passes, and they've had the better of the chances here of the last 5 minutes or so. Something for the Thunder to, and it looks like they're starting to press a little bit. And Jack's got to go long on his left foot. Rutledge keeps it in, and Storm's challenged from behind. He's got to be strong here, and he fights through two Twin Stars to win that ball back for his team. And now the Thunder can restart their attack, which is kind of bogged down here in the last few minutes. But there's Glissendorf bombing forward again. Every time he's gone forward, the Thunder's had a pretty good chance of something. He's got Storm unmarked here. Storm with a good first touch. He finds Rutledge here. Rutledge, oh, and he's dancing and twisting and turning, and I think we get and it's going to go out for a goal kick. And that's what I was talking about earlier, those early crosses. Just whip them in. The minute you kill the ball, you allow for a double team, and then oftentimes the opportunity to get anything towards goal is snuffed out. So you young footballers listening at home, you get in the penalty area and you got a chance to whip in a cross, you whip it in, because you could get an on goal, you can have one of your guys crashing in. Anything can happen, but if you step on it, usually you get nothing. So let's see if they can do better next time they get the ball into that same area. Throw in, Storm with a good touch. He's got to be strong. He's got a player draped all over him, but he wins it. Oh, and Alea, he was checking his shoulder, and usually that's a sign of a guilty man. It's like a guy, when you see those DBs holding receivers and then they put their hands up like, I didn't do anything. And then the same thing as a soccer player. You turn and look at the AR and you kind of know, yeah, I'm offside here. But I like to just see these guys just go for it. Don't even turn and look, because you're giving yourself away on that. If you're going to turn and look, maybe do that before you make your run. But the referee crew has been super solid so far. Not a whole lot in the game so far, any major decisions for them. Pretty easy breezy so far. Oh, and that ball almost was taken away. Oh, and a loose touch there. And I'm not sure if it's the sun, because it's kind of creeping, over the top of the press box here, and it's making it's maybe making life pretty tough for those guys on that far touch line. Anything bouncing towards them. Good defending by Burke. Burke to Storm. He's got a Leo, and he just leaves it short. He's trying to take that off the volley. He didn't get good contact on it, but Burke's there again to win it. Burke and Dosey have been active tonight, winning balls back. And Storm showing a little bit of foot skills. Oh, and refs just letting it play on there. I think both players were kind of engaged with each other, so good no decision there for him. And Twin Stars is looking to go long. Twin Stars got it, and they're gonna have a shot, and it looks like, it's, yeah.
Fans, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are honored to help sponsor today's game and support the Sioux Falls Thunder. Giving back to the communities and making a difference with their time and resources is the premier way. Member FDIC.
So we're in the 28th minute here, and the tempo has kind of slowed down a little bit. Again, all you need is a goal to open this thing up, as both teams are just kind of sitting more defensive. And Twin Stars were attacking there. That final ball just let them down there. Again, that's the great debate. It's, play it to the space or play it to my feet. Most of these guys look like they want the ball right at their feet. They don't want to do any extra running. I don't blame them. It's probably like 95 degrees on that turf, and we're 20 minutes out from 8 o'clock, so it's been a long day for them. That's where your build-up has to be feet, and less about playing these big through balls. Trimble's going to look for Aleyu, and it's going to be defended out for a throw. And it looks like, you know, they had 3 throw-ins on that far touchline, and they've made their way all the way down, and Trimble's going to have a long run up, and you can bet this one's going into the penalty area. Oh, and it goes short, and they just would have been better off going long there. And they're going to get a free kick coming out here. It must have been a grab and a pull. And that's what you would say another opportunity wasted there, as they had an opportunity to throw that ball into the penalty area. And ball's going to be played long. And number 7 flicks it with his shoulder, but straight to Dosey, who plays it back to Howard, who rolls it out to Dosey, and Dosey's looking for Burke, and Burke's going to play a square ball to Glissendorf, and Glissendorf finds Trimble, and Trimble's going to flick it long, and Twin Stars is just going to put that out for a throw-in, and we're back down in this similar area that we were about a minute ago. Let's see if they can get something out of this opportunity. Oh, and we're going to have, oh, wow. I'm not sure. It looked like there was something over there. I couldn't quite tell. Oh, and they're giving a free kick coming out. I'm not sure what the decision was there. All right, ball's played long. It's a switch of play by the Twin Stars. Number 22, Ivan Adeka. Oh, and a clever little dummy, but Ethan read that. And now the Thunder can attack. Oh, and it's a good idea. Just didn't have the amount of pace on it that it needed to clear that defender. And he almost had an advantage there with Storm. And the ref's going to have another word with one of their players. Again, just a sign of an experienced referee. He's managing the game well with his voice, his whistle. He doesn't need anything else up to this point. Just great refereeing so far. It looks like Kohler's going to stand over this. Well, it's Kohler and Rutledge, the combination of, and I think there's a righty and a lefty. For my money, I'd probably have the lefty standing over and swing this away from the goalkeeper. And it does look like Rutledge is the man for the job here. Oh, and he bends one in, and it's not going to have the right direction on it. It's going to go out for a goal kick. First Premier and Premier Bank Card are honored to help support today's game, help sponsor today's game and support the Sioux Falls Thunder. Giving back to the communities and making a difference with their time and resources is the premier way. Member FDIC. Twin Stars are going to look long. There's Jack well off his line again. Oh, he's got to get this right. And we're going to have a free kick coming out. Yeah, we know you fouled him. And Jack caught a break there because it looked like his touch went right to number 7, and I think he caught number 7 off guard, and then he couldn't secure the ball. And Storm is onside here, and he finds Kohler and Raquina. And the play breaks down there, unfortunately, because I think Aleyu just kind of turned off and wasn't really engaged in what was going on over there. There's been moments of some clever link-up, and then it's just been that last piece that the last piece of the puzzle hasn't been there. And Aleyu was away here, and he's got runners in front and an overlap runner, and he goes away from the overlap and he dribbles it right into the 3 defenders. And that wasn't what we were looking for. And now the Twin Stars are going to go the other way, and there's Dulcie again. I mean, what a player. This guy is everywhere tonight. And it's back with the Twin Stars. And there's number 7 again. He's just been running. Carlos Bequeen. And he's more of a in-behind striker than a traditional number 9 hold-up play, check-in, and link striker. He just wants everything played in behind so he can run on it. And again, he just doesn't have that kind of space because Howard is well off his line, and there's no space, there's no gaps in between Dulcie and Howard. I mean, there's no space for him to run into, so he's going to have to figure out a different way to attack this team here. And Cesar just gets run down from behind there, and he's going to win a free kick here in a pretty dangerous area. And Burke and Kohler are having a conversation. The ref's going to jog over and mark the ball in the correct position.
Fans, our guests today from the 2011 Girls Dakota Alliance Strikers team are doing a raffle with the drawing plan for halftime to raise funds for their trip to President's Cup Nationals. Please consider contributing for a chance to win a portion of the funds raised today and help these girls fund their trip.
Ball's whipped in, and Twin Stars is first to it. Chest trapped and controlled. 10 doesn't. Oh, and he. Yeah, and if you're watching at home and you want to support the 2011 Dakota Alliance girl team that's headed to Wichita, I believe that's where they're headed. You can hop in your car and get down here and get in this raffle, and buy some tickets. It's a beautiful night to be watching the game here at the stadium, and you can also support that wonderful girl team that's headed off to Kansas here to hopefully bring home a championship. Balls, and we got a situation. It's a good defending there by Rutledge there as he tracked all the way back. Oh, and it looks like one of the Thunder player got caught somewhere, and he's down, but ref's gonna oh, and he was gonna allow. And then I think he's waving for the trainer possibly. And I'm not sure. My initial look is it looked like he, and that's Burke over there. I think he got caught in the chin there. And he's got to come to the sideline now because the trainer was beckoned onto the field, so he's got to walk over, and he's probably disappointed that he's got to come off because, you know, these guys are all tough guys. They don't, I mean, you have to drag these guys over here to get any kind of medical attention. But yeah, he's got to come over, and if there's anything to the neck and head area, he's probably got to go through a concussion check, I would assume here. And I don't think that the Thunder are going to sub him. It could be fairly quick. The trainer is got to have a moment with them. There might be some blood too. But yeah, the Thunder are going to be down a man until they can figure this out here. And I would assume that their shape probably wouldn't change too much. You just drop one of those strikers down, and everybody just kind of drops down a slot here. But Burke has been good tonight, so you definitely want to get him back on the field as quick as possible. Ball here with the Twin Stars on, and just a miscommunication, it looks like. The player was trying to play him into space, and he just played it straight to Rutledge there. And, oh, yeah, and it looks like Burke's ready to come back in. And it's probably, and he's good to go now. So that's good to see. Anytime a player, you know, has to come off the field, you're hoping that, you know, there's nothing serious. Oh, and another loose touch. And right now, you'd like to see the Thunder kind of step on the gas pedal, and Steven just gets caught on the ball, and I just don't think he's up to speed tonight. It's good to see him back up out there, but he's been moving quite slow, and I don't know if it's the knee or what his injury was, but he's moving at a different speed than most all the rest of the the players out there. So again, there's that long ball. There's nobody really there. It's kind of a wishful Hail Mary type of pass there. But the Twin Stars have kind of had some loose passes, and you like to see the Thunder grab one of these and go to goal here, as their goalkeeper is well off his line now. The ball's kind of changing possession. Good defended by Trimble. And right now, I'd try to see if we can go forward with some type of pace. And what a ball by Burke. And Oleyu's got to go now. He's by himself. He's got to go. And the defender, I'm not sure. The ball was going out clearly for a goal kick, and for some reason he just kicks it out for a corner. But we'll gladly take it there. But again, when you go forward with pace, good things happen. So we got like 4 minutes and some stoppage. A little more than 4 minutes and some stoppage time here. It hasn't been many injuries or anything, so you probably had a minute or two. Ball's whipped in, and it's dealt with. I didn't see any Thunder player attempt to run for it. Good defending by Requena. Dosey's going to have an attempt. Steven's going to take it off the volley. And that ball was destined to swerve away from goal just because of the backspin it came with. So nothing doing there for the Thunder. But again, there's another loose pass. Now go with some pace, boys. Oh, and it's number 19 is doing his best Tony Cruz impersonation over there. He's turning and twisting and turning Ferguson Morris there. Now it's with number 10 here. And this is that part of the game here, these last 5 minutes, where the temperature kind of turns up a little bit because both teams think that they can sneak a goal in right before half and really, take the game by the scruff of the neck and go in with momentum at halftime. Let's see if the Thunder can be the one to execute that plan. Yeah, Requena tackled off the ball there. But it's back with Burke. He brings Howard into play. Again, Howard wants to go long every time he gets it because he's got the leg to do it, but there's really no options forward. Oh, turn there, Dosey. And he's got Requena, and he's driving. Oh, and the play kind of stalls over here on the touchline. Just a little bit better movement there. Players got to find those pockets of space to get into. We'd like to take a moment to thank our championship sponsors, First Premier, Matinee Accounting, and the Roundhouse. Thank you also to our League One sponsors, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, Waterbury, Lewis, Your First Stop, Justin and Santa Pfeiffer at Hague Realtors, Pepsi, Roundhouse, Dakota Times, Culligan, Avera Orthopedics, Matinee Accounting and Technologies, Neighborhood Dental, and last but not least, Inca Salsa. And I take some Inca Salsa right about now. I don't know about you folks, but that sounds good to me. With some chips. Yeah, you got to have chips, obviously. So, all right, looks like the restart here is going to be a free kick from the center circle. And number 3 is going to ping it out left to the left flank. Number 30's there, Kareem, and he's just tackled off the ball quite easily by Trimble. And Trimble kind of gives it back to him here for a throw-in. And that's going to go out for a Thunder throw-in. So we got about a couple minutes left in this half, plus whatever stoppage. Calmly done by Burke. Trimble's got some space. He finds Burke. Burke's kind of looking for a runner. He's got Dosey, who's got some space out to this left here. He's got the diagonal ball on if he wants it. He's still gonna. Oh, and clever bit of skill there. Oh, and Burke, for some reason, we're gonna have our first shot on goal here. Oh, and he fluffs his lines. Unbelievable. Number 30, Kareem DeBarkey. I mean, you're not going to get an easier chance in this game to bulge the back of the net, as the Thunder were kind of caught snoozing there. And there's another long ball as Storm checks short, and they just play it long here. Just, again, miscommunication, but that's what happens, you know, when you got players kind of, you know, you're bringing in new players, you know, every other couple matches. There's just, you know, hard to get the chemistry going. Oh, and Dosey's going to lose out on that. Number 7, Carlos McQueen, just swings his left foot. And again, that's just a Hail Mary attempt because he sees Jack well off his line. So that's just desperation there, folks. I mean,
fans, make sure to get your
we don't have any stoppage time
for the 2011 Dakota Alliance girls and support their trip to President's Cup.
Yeah, no stoppage. We played a straight 45, and we're at halftime, folks. So get some refreshments and hope. unlock the opposition's defense. I'd like to see the Storm. Oh, and Burke just gives that away. I'm not sure. He's wanting Alei to run into that space there, but I mean, there's a defender there, so I'm not sure why you would play that ball. What a touch by Cesar, and he's going to bring Storm into it. Storm's got a lot of running to do, and he gets there and he clips the ball off the defender to win a corner kick, and hopefully we can use this. But what a ball by Cesar. He seems to be the one player that going forward has ideas and able to execute them. It looks like Torres is down there warming up here, so if I had to guess, he'd be coming in for a Dele. Ball's played far post, nobody's there. Stevens running, and he gives away another kind of a soft foul there in the back. And you probably just want to see what the defender does, will do with that if he does play the ball, and you let him off the hook by grabbing and pulling him and pushing him, even if it is, minimum, contact. But ball changed possession there twice. Oh, and a loose touch by Alea there. Oh, and it's still there for Ethan. Another loose touch by number 25. And Storm collects. He finds Burke. And Burke's trying to find 25, and he just plays it a little bit too long. But a couple good opportunities by the Thunder here to get something going. Oh, nice touch there by number 10. And he's driving into some space, and Rutledge gets back ball side, and that's good defending there by Rutledge. Let's see if the Thunder can get something out of this. What a pass. Oh, and he's just off, and he hesitates again, and he kind of gives himself away when he just stops and hesitates, and him and the goalkeeper are having words. And that was a great pass by Adele. I mean, that goes to show you what kind of skills he possesses. He's just been a little bit off the boil here, and we're gonna have a substitution. Oh, and it's Requena that's coming off. That's an interesting substitution there, because I don't think these two players play the same position. Bernardo is more of a true midfielder, and Cesar is more of a playmaker.
Number 20, Bernardo Torres.
And it looks like the formation is like a 4-4-2. And not a lot of attacking options on there. Oh, and Steven's got to be careful here. That's like 3 fouls in 3 minutes here. And the referee is doing all he can to work with them here. I'd be surprised if his next foul doesn't result in some type of booking for him. Hopefully it's the right color and not the wrong color. It's hard to argue that you didn't foul the guy when the guy is coming up with some sort of limp there. And you've been out here just fouling people in the last couple of minutes. You're not going to get those calls. Together, First Premier and Premier Bankcard seek to make an impact for the good within the communities they serve. That's why Premier is a proud sponsor of the Sioux Falls Thunder, member FDIC. And I think Trimble would have won a foul there. Referee yells play on. And Bernardo, oh, and it just gets away from him. But he would have been away had he got that touchdown. And Burke with some good pressure, and they got even numbers here. Not sure what he's going for there. Oh, and he had numbers there. All he needed to do was get a clean touch on it. Storm squares it, and Stevens in trouble here. And if he commits a foul, you better believe that's a great tackle. And it shows you the kind of ability that he has and why he's probably in the game, even though he's not 100%, because there's quite a player there. And Bernardo's going to find Kohler here. And Kohler's first touch kind of holds up the play, but he's still able to get it to Torres. And there's Glissendorf. And he's going to whip across in. And it's there. And we got, oh, it's Storm. Oh, and it was there. And that was the first real chance here. Don't, no foul here. Make them figure it out. And Trimble's up high. And
fans to get their first Premier
wow,
Bank and
what a
Premier
chance,
Bank card
folks.
seek to make an impact for good within the communities they serve. That's why Premier is proud to sponsor the Sioux Falls Thunder, member FDIC.
And the referee's going to bring it back here. It looks like there might have been. He's telling the player to go away. If I was ever a FIFA ref in an MPSL match, I wouldn't have many words to say to the players. I would just simply point to my FIFA patch and then tell the guy to go about his business. I don't know how you can argue with the guys of, with that kind of credential. You see them, reffing MLS games and stuff, and then you want to argue with them on your match. It's kind of crazy thing to think about. So, but Dulce had some defending to do, and he clears that over into the football field there behind the stadium. So the ball boys got some work to do. Ball's back in play with the Twin Stars. And again, this game is really lacking some quality, but that's a good switcher play out here to number 24 for the Twin Stars. Eric Rosa. Scuff shot, no problem for Jack. He's down for it. And he's up, and he's looking to play quick if he can find someone. And Adele's there, and he squares it to Burke. And Burke's going to find Kohler, and he's got space to drive into if he can go with some pace, and he just dangles on the ball. And number 4 is going into the book, and that's Anthony Martor, and that's exactly why you don't argue with a referee, because that next foul, you're probably not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Anthony Martor.
So in the 58th minute, we have our first caution of the match. But if you're watching at home, youngsters, just respect the ref and go about your business. You start arguing every decision, your name's going to go in the book. All right, ball's back in play. And Howard, it's with Adele. Clever touch. Oh, and it's just Trimble headed it to his coach like he was on the field. I'm not sure what happened there. O'Daly's got to be careful. And the Minnesota Twin Star coach is wondering the same thing I'm wondering. I mean, obviously you wouldn't give a caution for that type of foul, but I mean, he is on 4 fouls here in about, 10 minutes or so. So again, he's got to be careful here. And the referee is, again, managing him, managing the situation, using his voice, talking to him. Ball goes long here. 30 was going for it. It's won by Glissendorf. Now JT, and he spins away from JT. Number 7's on it. He's going to bring in number 24. Cross in, and Rutledge is in the right spot. Bernardo's got some work to do. And Bernardo's going to... Oh, and there's a shot there. And there was all kinds of action on that play. I think the Twin Stars wanted a foul. And it looks like Torres was on his back looking up and was praying that ball didn't go in goal. It was a half chance there. And it goes by the books. And here we're going to get some substitutions.
On for the Thunder, number 16, Trace Dobson. And number 7, David Bizimana.
A couple hometown heroes, couple Sioux Falls very own come into the game here. Trace Dobson, he went to Sioux Falls Lincoln, and I think he played some college up at Gustavus as well. And David Bismani is also in, and he's going to bring some pace to the attack here, and it looks like Storm Stevenson and looks like, was that Kohler that went off as well? So I'll have to get my bearings here and see what the shape is. But I think Trace is going to go in the midfield. Oh, and Steven had some work to do, and he didn't get that right. And Trace is going to be called into action as he wins the loose ball there. And Steven is just grimacing. I'm not sure if he can make it through another 5 minutes here this match. I don't see anyone else warming up. I don't know if the coach sees what I'm seeing or not, but he doesn't look right here. Oh, and a brilliant run by Bernardo, and he wanted the ball vertically, and the ball was played at an angle, and it was just behind him. But a great idea there by the Thunder there on that near touchline. Trace was trying to play a 1-2 with Adele, but he's just not moving. He's on like a wheel and a half out there. He doesn't have it today, folks. From a fitness standpoint, tight offside decision goes the Twin Stars' way here as they look to build an attack just outside of the Thunder's defensive third here. And some good defending by Rutledge. And Trace is going to turn, and he finds Bismonti, who links with Steven. Steven's going to find Torres. There's the Bismonti's making that run, and he's on. Oh, and you can see that he's an exciting player when he's on the field, and his teammates know, what kind of, balls he wants. And it looks like Sioux Falls is going to make a switch here. Dulce's in another foot race. And he takes a big touch to the touchline, and the Twin Star player just backs off of him and allows him to pick out Howard with no problem. And Howard's looking to find Torres, who can turn if he wants. And he drives, and and I thought he was going to play Bismonti, but he's got Aleu, who skips past his player. He's got Trace and Burke. And Burke's going to win a free kick. And the Thunder got bailed out there because Burke went with the back heel, and there was really no one there making that type of run. But the Twin Star defender got a little too much into him there, and we win a free kick here. And the Twin Stars are going to make a change here. It looks like NJ is coming on for Carlos
For the Twin Stars, number 25, Chigozie and AJ.
And the restart here is going to be a free kick. It looks like Torres is standing over this, and he's going to whip this far post. And he gets the direction on it. Burke was the first up. And it looked like it looked like he was trying to flick that on to a runner than an actual, attempt on goal. And Steven is going to come off, and he's run his race. And, you got to give him credit if he's out there battling on, with some type of lingering injury. He gave it all he could, and he showed some good skill. And he had
On for the Thunder, number 12, Karabel Jurga.
All in all, it's good to see him back on the field, big number 22. But now Sioux Falls is going to bring in another attacking-minded player, number 12. And that's Jurga. So you fancy him and Bismonti to try to link up and try to, get a goal here. Oh, and Trace just overruns that. And I can see what Anthony Mortor was trying to do there. He was trying to play that split ball and really rip through the heart of that defense, but he had nobody to run for it. And it looks like Trimble's going to go in the book for stopping a promising attack there because there was really no attempt on the ball. But you're in the 65th minute and Trimble's getting his first booking. I would say it's par for course here, as he's not going to get beat. He's not going to get beaten. If he has to give away a tactical foul, he'll do that. So So another defensive battle here in the Midwest North here between Sioux Falls Thunder and the visiting Twin Stars. Not a lot going towards goal here. A lot of defending and a lot of just the possession just changing from one team to the other team with no real patterns from either team. And again, the Thunder looked to build a couple little clever passes here in the pockets. Oh, and he had Bernardo, who's got a ton of space. And that's a great idea by Trimble. Just a little bit too much on it here. And that's going to go all the way out for a goal kick. We'd like to take a moment to thank our championship sponsors, First Premier, Matinee Accounting, and Roundhouse. Thank you also to our League One sponsors, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, Waterbury, Heating and Cooling, Lewis, Your First Stop, Justin and Cinta Pfeiffer, Hague Realtors, Roundhouse Brew Pub, Pepsi, Dakota Times, Culligan, Avera Orthopedics, Matinee Accounting Technologies, Neighborhood Dental, and Inca Salsa. And also to Harris Law, Lindsay, Harris and Team, and LLR Trucking, and Four Brothers Trucking.
Fans, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card know there are no shortcuts to success. It's achieved through hard work, integrity, and believing in both yourself and your team. Premier is proud to help support our area athletes as they work to achieve their dreams. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, member FDIC.
All right, Torres. Oh, and that's not great because it's just an unfortunate situation where Torres was fouled and he was going to ground, and the Twin Star player was also going to ground at the same time trying to clear the ball, and there's a coming together there, and you just hope, and it looks like he's just going to need a moment there. And it's just one of those things where players come over to pick you up off of the ground, but they're not the one that's hurt, you know? And you're just like, give me a moment, bud, you know? Like, let me collect myself. And you got Trimble trying to pull him up. Now Trimble's going to go get some water. He's like, okay, we're good. But, yeah, that's just an unfortunate coming together there. And it's good to see number 20, Bernardo Torres, back on his feet there. That could have been a lot worse. But the restart here is going to be a free kick. And the Thunder have had a couple of these free kicks just outside the penalty area. And Dosey's going to run in. Bernardo's going to whip this in. That's a great ball. And Trey stops it. No, and he just... Oh, and I think it must have been the defender that got the touch on it because it's out for a corner kick. But I thought Trace got a touch on that. What a ball by Torres. He's come in and put in two wonderful balls here off these free kicks. And let's see if he can do it again. And that's another useful ball. Bismonti's up for it. Dosey's going to take it off the volley. And Twin Stars got some defending to do, and they clear it long. And that's just, uh-oh. Twin Stars bomb forward here with numbers. Number 30, he's going 1v1 with Rutledge. And Rutledge, he wins the first ball. Oh, and Glissendorf is there to save the day and make sure that ball does not threaten Jack Howard's goal there. And that was kind of a scrappy moment there. And the Twin Stars are going to make a substitution here. It looks like Jabite is coming on.
Stars, number 11, Sadike Jabata.
And the number 4, Anthony Mortar, he was the caution player. His day is done here. The corner was taken, and it looks like it was defended out for another corner kick. And this one's dangerous. Oh, and Jack's up for it. And he plays Bismonti. Oh, and it's just a little bit too much. A little too much. That's one of those ones when you got to, oh, and the Thunder's got some defending to do. Oh, and that was a dangerous opportunity because the ball was whipped in there with defenders in front of them, and that ball easily could have taken the slightest of deflections and put it the other direction. But on that previous play, you got a player of Bismonti's pace. Sometimes you just put the ball on his feet and let him do the work. And I think we got a little ambitious there, and it came right back, and they got a shot on goal. So good thing nothing came of that. But it's with Burke here. He's got Glissendorf. And it looks like Alea is offside again. And I don't mind that. You're, timing your runs and you're trying to get it all perfect, and sometimes you go a little early. But one of these times you're gonna.
On for the Thunder, number 28.
You're gonna be on
Benjamin Schoenherr.
So it looks like
and number 29, Tyson Reitzma.
So it looks like the Thunder are gonna go to the bench again here, and Schoenherr is going to come in, and he's going to occupy this right back position. And it looks like number 29, Reitzma, is going to come in. I believe he's another local Sioux Falls kid too, that's playing his soccer up at Dort. 30's dancing. He has a shot on goal. Oh, and he puts it in. Oh no, sorry folks, he didn't put it in. It came off the goal stand in the back there, and it looked, I mean, if you can see where the ball landed, it looked like it went in the back corner. Wow, that's from this angle, that's definitely an optical illusion here, but we'll take it. Ball's whipped in, dealt with by Torres. 30 on the volley. It's ricocheting around. It could go anywhere. Oh, and Bismonti's good defending by the number 15 there. The Twin Stars, Ojeda there, because Bismonti was away with Yerga to his left, and that's okay. So there's two Twin Star players hit the ground. One of them got a free kick here. Looks like number 10. And they're going to have their opportunity to have a set piece just outside the Thunder penalty area here, and let's see what they can get out of this. So, and they take it short, and it goes. Yeah, and they had a little play on where they played it short, and then it went wide, and then the Thunder defended that pretty well as it goes out for a throw-in. Anytime you got a team setting up for a free kick outside your penalty area and the ball ends up out for a throw-in, that's a win for you. Oh, and it was an opportunity there for the Twin Stars as the defending of the Thunder got a little shabby there. And
fans, we'd like to take this moment to thank our championship sponsors. First Premier, Matinee Accounting, Roundhouse Brew Pub. Thank you also to our League One sponsors, Waterbury Heating and
Reitzma's away here. He's driving.
Justin and Santa
He's in a
Pfeiffer.
1v1. Nice little chop, little push in the back, and he's going for it. And he went for goal, and he had Bismonti making that late run in, and I think if he just could have found him, I mean, we could have had our first goal of the night there, but I don't mind it. The substitution coming off the bench and trying to make an immediate impact there. Number 24 goes down, hoping for a foul. Burke leaves that short. Twin Stars, this game has gotten a little helter-skelter here in the last 5 minutes. Hopefully, oh, we're going to get a free kick coming out here. Yeah, that's good reffing. Ball's put back in play quickly. All these restarts are going to have to go quick now because both teams will be chasing the game here with the last quarter of an hour to go. Dobson's on it. Oh, and I'm not sure what Reitzma was doing there. He was kind of waiting for the ball to get to him, and they never made it. And the Twin Stars are away, and Rutledge there again. And now it's with Yerga, and he's going away. Oh, and he had I like the run that Bernardo was making, and he just didn't see him on the right side there. Bernardo has come in and made 2 really good runs, and the Thunder players have just not seen him. But this game has definitely opened up here. And good defended by Rietsma. He's got Yarga to his left. Oh, and Twin Stars defended well. And that opportunity was there if Rietsma could have found the right pass there. And it looks like the Twin Stars are going to make another substitution. Looks like okay, yep. And so it looks like number 9's coming in, David Dewara, and number
on for the Twin Stars, number 9, David Diawara.
It looks like number 22 came off, Adika. So the restarts here is a Thunder throwing from the touchline. It goes back to Torres, and it's going to go all the way back here, close towards the halfway line. And he looks like he's going to find Glissendorf in the center circle. And you don't mind that because it definitely draws out your opponent. And now their defensive shape is less compact and more open. But you got to be clever. And Yarga just turns and gives it away for no reason. He wasn't really under pressure. And now the substitution fresh off the bench. He leaves a little short. 30's going to have a shot. And, oh, and Jack Howard. Oh, and I don't think that was the kind of contact he was hoping for. And that ball kind of ricocheted back towards his goal. And out for a corner kick here. I think he thought it had more pace on it than it actually did. And he kind of got on top of it there. Corner's floated in. Jack's up for it. He gets a strong hand to it. His own player takes him out. And Bismonti's away. He's got Rietsma in a 1v1 if he can find him. Oh, and Rietsma just hesitates a second. Oh, and again. Oh, and Rietsma is going to give away the free kick. And he literally is just a touch away from putting Bismonti in on goal, 1v1 with the goalkeeper. And Schoenherr leaves that short. Burke is there to block that pass through, but it's still with the Twin Stars, and Yarga finds Torres. And Torres is looking for somebody to make the run. And Schoenherr's got some space in front of him, and he kind of takes a touch around him, and that's good defended by the Twin Stars. Number 19, Ferguson Morris. This game has become, in the end now, oh, and that's an easy free kick to give away. And I agree with no caution there because there wasn't much of an attack on there as the Thunder had 7-8 guys behind the ball there. So just a simple free kick. Twin Stars put it back in play, and if you notice, the tempo of this game is picked up almost like a toddler on Skittles here. The game's kind of just going haywire here. And number 9 has been actively involved here since he's... Oh, and Dosey. Oh, and Dosey. Oh, and Dosey. Dosey got lucky there because he gave the ball away, and then the Twin Star player kind of went to ground, probably far too easy for the experienced referee, and was hoping to get a free kick.
Fans, we'd like to take a moment to thank our League One sponsors: Waterbury Heating and Cooling, Lewis, Justin and Santa Pfeiffer, Heg Realtors, Pepsi, Dakota Toms, Culligan, Avera Orthopedics, Neighborhood Dental, Inca Salsa, First Premier Bank Card, Roundhouse Brew Pub, and Matinee Accounting.
Ball's being knocked around. Glissendorf's got Schoenherr in here, and Bismonti's making the run. Oh, and he went for the negative reverse ball. Glissendorf, he crosses in. He finds Yarga. Yarga's dancing. He's going to have a left-footed shot. It's scuffed. It's dealt with for the moment. Rutledge is there. He's going to find Yerga again. Yerga's going to, oh, and there's a beautiful cross, but it's just going to go over everyone. And it's going to go out for a harmless throw-in. And the trainers.
Finally, fans, we'd like to thank Harris Law, Lindsay Harrison Team, LLR Trucking, and Four Brothers Trucking, Kelly Rear and Team.
So I'll take the time to say First Premier and Premier Bank Card, no, there are no shortcuts to success. It's achieved through hard work, integrity, and believing in both yourself and your team. Premier is proud to help sponsor our area athletes as they work to achieve their dreams. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, member FDIC. All right, folks, so we've entered the portion of the match where it's anyone's game, you know, a 0-0 here on the scoreboard. Both teams should be pushing to get the 3 points, because a draw doesn't really help either team as they, you know, fight to move themselves and climb themselves up this MPS Midwest North table. And as I mentioned, a win tonight for the Thunder puts them level with Siouxland United, and a win for the Minnesota North Stars would actually put them level with Joy St. Louis Park. Or actually, I'm sorry, it would take them above Joy St. Louis Park into third place. So both teams, I mean, this is anyone's match here. And both teams, we should be in for an exciting finish, because both teams will be pushing to get the winning goal here tonight. And I believe, and that ball did come in and go out. So it's here with Sioux Falls. And I think the injured player is ready to come back in.
And we would also like to add a special thank you to Avera Orthopedics and the team of trainers that take care of us on game day, as well as in recovery at the Avera Performance Center.
Well, the ball don't lie, so it's back out of play, and it's with the Thunder here, and the injured player is back on, so both teams are at, you know, 11v11 again. Glissendorf's going to find Bismati if he can get his touch right, and it did hit his arm, and that's unfortunate. He had his arm away from his body, and it helped him control the ball and gain possession, and that's definitely a handball. Easy decision there. Balls put back in play. Twin Stars is going to go long up the touch, and it's out of touch. And it doesn't appear to be, well, it looks like number 23 maybe. And the Twin Stars is going to, they're going to win the possession off the throw-in. Ball's clipped into the far post. Schoenherr was there defending. He's got some work to do. And number 30 is out there. No, and he's just throwing himself about there. But he did nutmeg Schoenherr there, so that was a clever, exciting play. I mean, we've got to take those moments when we can. Dulce's there. He wins the header. Twin Stars gain possession. Yarga's got some space. He's got Bismati up the touchline. And we got a foot race here. Not many guys are going to beat him in a foot race. And Bismati's first to it. He's being doubled up, and it's going to go out for a corner. Oh! I'm not sure you've seen the player in the white run to try to chase that ball down. That, to me, was a clue that it might have came off him last. But the ref sees it a different way, and Rietzma is just going to go barrel his guy to the ground. Twin Stars knocking it about here, and we're going to have a free kick, and we're going to have a yellow card. And that was an easy decision. I know, was that number 28 Schoenherr that got that one? He wasn't making an attempt at the ball there, and it looks like he just came right through the back of the Twin Star player. And it either went to Schoenhauer or Torres. The referee didn't really clearly, call the player over to make it easy for us to decipher which one got it. But I thought it was Schoenhauer for coming through the back of that attacking player. Bismonti's, he's on it on the flank, and that's some good, strong defending by the Twin Stars. And they're away here, and Rutledge does a good job of staving off that as Ojeda was trying to drive through the midfield, but he was forced back here. And there's some good pressure applied by the Thunder as they're forcing the Twin Stars back pretty much every time they try to get going forward here. Both teams are running out of time. There's 4 minutes plus stoppage time. There wasn't much, I don't think, of any added in the first half, but you got to figure with all the subs and a couple guys going down, you probably have 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage. And let's see if the Thunder can pull one out here. And a good fight on the touchline there. And the Twin Stars are away, and it's 3v3 here. If they can figure this out, a little step over, and he beats Dulce. He squares at the 19, and the ball just didn't. Oh, and a nice turn and twist. Bit of skill there, and he just couldn't find the final touch there. And the Thunder are let off a hook there. And this would have been kind of similar to the goal they gave up in their last match in the 85th minute.
On for the Twin Stars, number 23, Vinny Lover.
And they've just got to stay turned on here because the Twin Stars, I think, are going to try to steal this game here in the last few minutes here. They've made a bunch of subs. They're getting fresh guys on right at the end here, and I think they're going to try to catch the Thunder out. Leave it. Oh, and he could have left it, and he had Schoenhauer. It's still there. He's still got Schoenhauer if he can find him. Bismonti makes the run. Oh, and it's good defending. It's good defending. That was a great run. Good idea, but it needed a better pass. And I have to give credit to these Twin Star center backs. Oh, there's a loose pass. And it's overcooked by Yarga. I'm not sure I think Rietsma, I'm not sure what happened there. I think he was trying to play Rietsma into space, and Rietsma kind of held up and wanted the ball at his feet, and then it just blazed by him out for a goal kick. But I do have to give credit to the two center backs for the Twin Stars. They've been super solid tonight. Well done by Trace winning that. Bernardo, and he finds Schoenhauer. Bismonti should be on that diagonal run. Schoenhauer skips by once. He clips it in. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, he was off the post, and I think Glissendorf was caught by surprise there. Oh, that was a golden opportunity for the Thunder to steal a goal late here. You talk about a game of inches, folks. I mean, absolutely a game of inches there. It's one of those ones where it's a cross if it hits your teammate's head, and it's a shot if it goes in. And it looks like we got 2 minutes of stoppage time, radioed up from our fourth official here, Jason Brunson. So at this point, I can't see either team trying to slow down the restarts. I mean, this game's wide open here with about 3 minutes to go here. Oh, and Bernardo was looking for the run. It's given away here. And it's 3v3. It's out to the right flank. And good defending by Rutledge, and Rutledge just had himself a great game tonight defending that left side of the Thunder defense. He hasn't been beaten at all. Ball's quickly paid back in play here. They're going to get a low cross here, and it's dealt with. And we've got, if Yarga can get his first touchdown, he finds Bismonti, and Bismonti's going to go. Yarga's going to run off of him, and he's going to have a shot. Oh, and it's deflected, and it's got to go out. That's got to be out for a corner, and it is. And that's just one of those ones, if Yarga just stays turned on there, I think that deflection kind of brought him in play there for the rebound. And he looked like he just switched off there. Maybe he fancied Bismonti to put that ball in goal here. But we're into stoppage now. And let's see if the Thunder can put a head on it here. Ball's whipped in. It's decent. It's there. Oh, and it's cleared out by the Twin Stars. And it looks like Dosey was the first one up, and then it came off the side of Bismonti. Ball's back in play quickly. And Rietsma should be whipping it across here, and he does that. And I'm not sure if that was what was needed there. And that should be a Thunder throw, and it is. But these restarts have to be quick here because, you know, we've got a minute and a half left in this game here. And we can't be going backwards here. And Jack is really far off his line here, so the Thunder have got to be ultra focused on every touch here, every pass. Oh, and if Rietsma, I'm not sure what Rietsma's doing because he's got two runners just behind him there. I can't imagine he thought that pass was for him. And the opportunity breaks down here. And Rietsma wins it back here. And he finds Yarga. Yarga clips one. Again, those center defenders have just been there every single time. And we've got to get this ball back in play here. We're talking, you know, less than a minute here. Let's just put it in, boys. There's the cross. It's there. And it looked, oh, and it was there. We're going to have another shot if we can get this touchdown right. Oh. And I think those were the opportunities here. And the Thunder might have a little bit of defending to do. Dosey's there. We've got, you know, 15 seconds. Oh, and that pass just didn't make it. I'd be pressing that guy. And that's full time, folks.
Fans, your final score. Twin Stars 0, Sioux Falls Thunder 0. Thank you for coming. Please drive safe.
And that's the score, folks. You heard my buddy Joe say it's the visiting Twin Stars 0, your Sioux Falls Thunder 0. And that wraps up the home portion of the Sioux Falls Thunder schedule here. And we just want to thank all the folks who watched us. I think we were able to broadcast 5 games and have play-by-play for 4 of them. And it's been our pleasure here to bring, you know, these live streams to you on YouTube for all the fans that, you know, can't make it to the stadium. So hopefully we'll see you next season. I think the Thunder have one more game this weekend down in Sioux City, and hopefully that's a rivalry game. And they did beat the Siouxland United here, you know, comfortably 3-1 here at Bob Young, but now they've got to go down to Bishop Halen down there in Sioux City and have the reverse match. So just continue to follow them on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and continue to support the Sioux Falls Thunder. But thank you for your time, and have a good night.